arsenal. This build handles tier 70s, tier 80s pretty decently, aka the Kratos build for the Barb. So as you can see, hit, right? So the chain attack that I have is your Iron Maelstrom. So when you hit it 2 times, so that's pretty much how this build works. So now we're gonna go into the skill tree. So like I said, I'm gonna remove the Shaco specifically for this, just so we can take a look at all of our stuff naturally. Just so it's not super confusing. Wait. I feel like I should just take off all of my armor here so I'm not confusing anybody. But then that... Hey y'all, hope you're all ready for our next build, which is the Walking Arsenal, aka the Kratos build for the Barb. I do apologize about the delay and how long it has taken me to get this done, but we are finally moving and we're finally getting it going. So let's get to it. Sorry. So we'll take a look at the gear first. So for the build, again, because this season involves target farming for Ubers and stuff, right? This build currently has Ubers in it, so of course we're going to use them, right? So for the helmet, we've got the Harlequin Crest, aka the Shaco, 925. This one gives you 42 plus 42 all stats, plus 2,294 maximum life, 92, sorry, maximum life, 18.5% resource generation, and 18.3 cooldown reduction. You gain 20% in damage reduction in addition to gain plus 4 ranks to all skills. Plus 4% maximum life is the gem that we're using, so the ruby, the royal ruby gem. Obviously, if you get your hands on this helmet, you're gonna use it. When we go through the skill points, we're gonna remove the helmet just so I can show you exactly where you put all your skill points, because keep in mind, this helmet gives you plus 4 to everything, so it gets a little confusing. So for the chest piece, I'm using Warlord Plate of the Iron Warrior. So this gives me plus 30% weapon mastery skill damage, plus 25.5% total armor, 13.9% damage reduction from close enemies, and plus 3% ranks of iron skill. And again, 2 royal rubies to give me 4% maximum life on each one. Weapon Master's Runic Gloves, 10.5% critical strike chance, 8.7% lucky hit chance, plus 3% ranks to double swing, and plus 4% ranks of upheaval. As usual, like what we explained with every build before, ideally you want specific stats. Sometimes you might look at my gear and go, okay, wait, why is this? I had no luck getting better stuff. Hence the double swing on these gloves, but upheaval is the biggest thing that we want for these things, for the main thing for your attack. Pants we're using Tybalt's Will. So these give you a plus 20.3% damage, plus 4% potion capacity, 17 maximum resource, 17.4% damage reduction from close enemies. They give you deal 40% increased damage while unstoppable, and for 4 seconds after when you become unstoppable, gain 50 of your primary resource. Again, 2 royal rubies to give us that 4% maximum life on each thing. Shoes, we're using the Ghostwalker Bone Weave Treads. So this gives me 26.2% movement speed, 30.8% fire resistance, 48.7% cold resistance, and 37% damage reduction while injured. The reason why we're going with some resistances is because, as you all know, Season 2 there was a lot of changes to resistances, so just giving that extra stuff will help push my stats up a little bit higher in terms of survivability. And technically, really all I needed was movement speed for my shoes, in all seriousness, because Barbs are slow. Okay, so, and necklace, we're using the Earth Striker's Amulet. So 24.8% total armor, 13.2% damage reduction from close enemies, plus 3 ranks of all weapon mastery skills, plus 3 ranks of the heavy-handed passive. Ring, we're going to use the Circle of Berserk Ripping. So 33% damage to close enemies, 181 life regeneration while not damaged recently, 5.7% lucky hit chance, 11.5% resource generation. Here we're using the green royal gem to give us plus 30% poison resistance. Necklace, we're using the topaz, royal topaz, for 30% lightning resistance. And the last ring, we're using the shadow gem, so the purple one, to give us obviously the 30% shadow resistance. And on the last ring, we're using Band of Berserk Fury. So 5.1% critical strike chance, critical strike damage 21.8%, 31.5% overpower damage, 16.2% resource generation. And then we're going to go into our weapons. So on your main hand, we're using Overkill. So this gives me 184.5% overpower damage, 36% physical damage, 81% damage to injured enemies, plus 4 ranks of Death Blow. And Death Blow creates a shockwave, dealing 38% of its base damage to enemies. Enemies who die to this effect also reset Death Blow's cooldown, which is fantastic. We're using 2 royal green gems to give us that 12% critical strike damage to vulnerable enemies. Our next weapon, we are using a one-handed Marauder Axe of Encroaching Wrath to give us 74 strength, 81% overpower damage, 29.2% damage to close enemies, and, a 10.5% damage while berserking. And again, green gem, 12% critical strike damage to vulnerable enemies. Ugh. And then on the third one-handed weapon, we are using the Doombringer, which is one of the Ubers. So this gives us 26.2% damage, 29.2% core skill damage, 41.4% maximum life, lucky hit up to a 5% chance to heal 1,587 life, lucky hit up to a 25% chance to deal 8,963 shadow damage to surrounding enemies and reduce their damage done by 20% for 5 seconds. Again, green gem to give us that 12% critical strike damage to vulnerable enemies. And on our last weapon, we are using the Grandfather, which is the other Uber. This gives us 108 to all stats, 84% damage, 4,584 maximum life, ignores durability loss, and increases your critical strike damage by 100%. The other properties on this weapon can roll higher than normal. Let's go. And again, 2 green gems to give us that extra 12% critical strike damage to vulnerable enemies. So that pretty much covers your items. When it comes to the aspects, you all know how bad I am with remembering where certain things are. Like, really bad with this. Okay, so we'll start with the shoes. So Ghost Walker unlocks by completing the Broken Bulwark in Skogslin. I pretty much already read to you what the aspect does. Oh, no, sorry, no, I didn't. Sorry. While unstoppable and for 4 seconds after, you gain 10% increased movement speed and can move freely through your enemies. That's for your shoes. For your gloves, you're going to use Weapon Master. Let me try to find it. I'm really bad at this. I thought... Okay, I think Weapon Master is a drop. A drop one. That I'm blind and I can't find it. So your Weapon Mastery skills have an additional charge. Lucky hit damaging an enemy with a Weapon Mastery skill has up to a 55% chance to stun them for 2 seconds. So that's what you want for your gloves. Chest piece, we're using the Iron Warrior. So that is a dungeon one. Yeah. So aspect of the Iron Warrior, Iron Skin grants unstoppable and 18% damage reduction. You get it from completing the Carrion Fields and Dry Steps. So that is that. Encroaching Wrath is a drop one for your weapon. So after spending 100 Fury, your next weapon mastery skill deals 100% increased damage. Again, as all of you guys know, when you're doing your aspects, you always want the higher rolls. Earth Striker, I know, is a dungeon. So, Earth Striker, which is our necklace. After swapping weapons 8 times, your next skill will overpower and deal 30% increased overpower damage. Unlocked by completing Moggen's Works in Hawazar. Berserk Ripping. Berserk Fury. I know it's here. I gotta... A Berserk Ripping. So when you deal direct damage while berserking, inflict 20% of the base damage dealt as an additional bleeding damage over 5 seconds. Unlocked by completing Mournfield in the Dry Steppes. And your last aspect, which is the Berserk Fury, is a seasonal aspect. So you unlock it by completing Chapter 2 in the Season Journey. So you gain 3 Fury per second while berserking. So that covers all of your aspects, your gear, your gems. So now we're gonna, okay, so now that we're done that, okay, sorry, let's just go expertise really quickly. So for your expertise, for this build, you're gonna go with two-handed expertise. So whenever you look at this bar here, right, you're gonna equip the two-handed expertise one as your main. Ideally, obviously, you're going to level up the other stuff because of your other weapons that you have for your other skills. But two-handed is your main. So you want that to level 10. So when using any weapon, 15% increased damage to vulnerable enemies. The technique slot allows the player to choose a weapon expertise that applies to all of their attacks, regardless of which weapon they are using. Select an expertise of rank 1 or above from the right to set it. So yeah, so vulnerable enemies take 20% increased damage. That's what you want. So quickly, so going into your skills, we're going to cover the skills in a little bit, but just while I'm thinking about it. So whenever you're doing your skills, in this bar, you're going to make sure that your weapons are assigned to different skills. The reason for that is because when you're using your skills, you want to switch through your weapons, right? Because the Barb uses 4 different weapons. So you need to make sure that you have different weapons equipped to your skills. 1, to make them proc, right? But 2, to also level up the skill points, right? So, Lunging Strike, this is how we have it set. We have it set to a dual wield section. So that way the Marauder Axe and my Doombringer can cycle and use it. So this one is set to dual wield. We have upheal, auto selected to overkill only for this one. These ones don't use anything. Death blow, we have it auto selected to overkill. And Iron Maelstrom, sorry, we have it. This one you can't choose anything. So this one is an automatic bludgeoning. So this one is specifically that weapon only. So by doing it like this, we pretty much cycle through our weapons. Except for Grandfather. But Grandfather, I think, is its own section, so he pretty much just does what he wants to do anyway. So I don't think he has to be put on a skill. If I'm wrong there, please just somebody just correct me on that part. I'm pretty sure he just uses his own thing. He's considered a swing one, right? Bludgeoning, duel. Yeah, so see, it shows up on a thing here. Sorry while I'm confused. Wait. Okay, Flay uses Grandfather. So I'm not trying to confuse anybody. Rendering. Sorry, just checking here. Rupture. I may be just a tad bit confused on this one. But anyways, your main weapons that you're using for this build are these 3. Anyway, for the most part. So just focus what I said. So anyway, so this build gives us 25,844 attack power, 9,682 armor, and 25,763 life. So going into our current... our stats, core stats. Level 100, strength 870, intelligence 424, willpower 590, dex 603. As you can see, my resistances are not the highest. Which, again, is why we have it on our boots and stuff, right? And the gems. But enough to give me that survivability. So fire resistance, 50%, lightning 61, cold 68, poison 60, shadow 49. Offensive bludgeoning weapon damage, dual weapon damage, a slashing weapon. Weapon speed, critical strike chance. Critical strike damage, as you can see, we have it at 501%. Critical strike versus vulnerable, overpower damage 953%, vulnerable 121, all damage 251, damage with physical 174%. These are all percentages. Damage with swapped weapons, damage with core, damage with weapon mastery versus close, elites, healthy, injured, bleeding, fortified, damage while berserking 209%. Thorns is a 0. Our defensive maximum life 25,763, potion capacity 13, lucky hit life, regeneration, armor, damage reduction from elites, vulnerable, damage reduction from close, distance, bleeding, injured, fortified, dodge chance, class damage reduction. Our utilities, maximum fury 117, fury regeneration is a 0, fury generation, movement speed, cooldown reduction, lucky hit chance bonus, berserking duration bonus, and damage reduction in PvP. So that pretty much covers all of our stats that you're going to notice with this build. The expertise, the weapons, pretty much everything that you need to know. So now we're going to go into the skill tree. So like I said, I'm going to remove the Shako specifically for this, just so we can take a look at all of our stuff naturally. Just so it's not super confusing. Wait. Okay, wait a minute here. What else is giving me ranks to skills here? Okay, wait. Sorry. I'm being a... I feel like I should just take off all of my armor here so I'm not confusing anybody. But then that... Okay, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna just do that really quickly. And then we'll take a look at all the numbers after this, okay? So basic skill points without any of the buffs. We're just gonna go through it this way. So you're gonna put 1 point in lunging strike, 1 point in enhanced lunging strike, 1 point in combat lunging strike. Then we're going to go down here. You're going to put 5 points in upheaval, 1 point in enhanced upheaval, furious upheaval. Then we're going to go down here. We're going to put 3 points in imposing presence, 3 points in martial vigor, 1 point in rallying cry, enhanced rallying cry, and strategic rallying cry. 1 point in iron skin, enhanced iron skin, and tactical iron skin. Then we're going to go down. We're going to put 3 points in swiftness, 3 points in aggressive resistance, 5 points in death blow, enhanced death blow, and warrior's death blow, 3 points in pit fighter, 1 point in slaying strike, and 3 points in expose vulnerability. We're going to put 1 point in thick skin, 2 points in defensive stance, 3 points in counter offensive. Then we're going to go here, 3 points in heavy handed, 3 points in brute force, 1 point in iron maelstrom, prime iron maelstrom, supreme iron maelstrom, and then we're going to end it with walking arsenal as our key passive. So that's your basic skill points of where you want to put all of your stats. Okay? Then obviously we're going to put the gear back on just so you can pretty much see with the gear and all of your stats in it. Sorry, let me just switch these two around. So in the end, your skill points are going to kind of look like this, right? pretty much all of your stuff is going to have extra points to everything, as you can see. And that's because of Shaco and the other gear sets. So when we zoom in, just so you could just get an idea, right? Pretty much what it looks like. So that's with all of the gear put in and everything. So then Paragon board. Oof. We're going to start down here. Just give me a quick second. Sorry about that. Okay, so our Paragon board. We start down here. We're going to go up, across, across, up. Up, we're going to grab Brawn, go across, up, 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 across, across. Then we're going to go down, 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 across for Tenacity, down here. Then here, we're going to go up, up, across, we're going to put Might, go across, up, up for Iron Strength, up. Then grab these blue nodes right here. Then back into this section here, we're going to go up, up, across, across, up for Raw Power, then up, 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 across, up into the next board. So this next board here is called Warbringer. We keep it very, very simple, so you pretty much can see what we do. So we go up, across, up, up, across, up, across, across, across. We're going to go down, across, down for Conditioned. Grab the blue node here. In our glyph, we're going to put Exploit here. Then we're going to go across, across, across to Raw Power. Across and down to grab these two blue nodes here. Then we're going to go up, up, across, across, up, 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 across, across. As you can see, pretty much this is what the board looks like. So the next board that we're in is called the Carnage board. So we're going to zoom in like this. So here, we're going to go across, down, across, 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 down, down, down. We're going to grab Berserker. We're going to go across, 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 across. Oh, sorry. Up, 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 up. Go grab Carnage. Okay. Then you're going to go across, across, across. We're going to go down, 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 down into the next board here. And then we're going to go back up to here. And then with that, sorry, just give me 1 second here. Yeah, so then back into here, we're going to go up, across, up. Across, up, sorry. We're going to go across, across to grab Fierce. Up, across, up. You're going to grab Ire and put Ire into your glyph node here. Then you're going to go up, 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 across, grab Brash, go down, grab these nodes here, okay? Then we're going to go across, across. We're going to go down, down, then across, 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 up, across, across, across into the next board up here. Then we're going to go back up into this section here. We're going to go up, 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 across, grab Enraged, across, grab the blue node here, here, up, across, 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 across into the next board. So then we're going to go up top next for the Blood Rage board. So here we're going to go up, up, across, across, up, 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 across, across, down, across, grab Enraged, go up, across, down, grab these ones right here. Then back into this point here, we're going to go up, 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 across, we're going to grab Blood Rage. Then we're going to go back to this point here, then go across, 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 up, up, up. You're going to grab Grit. Okay? Once you grab Grit, you're going to go up, up, up. You're going to grab Territorial. Then up, up, up for these. Then back to Territorial. Go across, across, across to Revel. Grab this blue node here and grab this blue node here. So that covers that board here. So then back to your center board. We're going to go into this section next. So the one all the way to the left. That one is the Decimator board. So this one here, we're going to go up, across, 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 down, across, across. You're going to put Undaunted here. Then you're going to go down, down, down for Arrogance. Grab the blue nodes all attached to it. And then back to where Undaunted is, we're going to go up, 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 just to grab Demolish. After that, you're going to go back here again. Then go across, down, across, and grab Decimator. So that covers that board right here. And then again, back to the center point. And then you're going to end it down here with Weapons Master board. So the last board right here, which is basically across. Then we're going to go down, across to grab Raw Power, down, across, down. Mortal Draw is what you're going to put here. Then you're going to go across, down, across. You're going to grab Iron Strength. Grab this blue note here. Grab this, and this. And then that covers all of your Paragons for the Walking Arsenal build. So again, just take a look. So we're going to go through the board's reverse again. So just take a look at where you're going to put all of your Paragon points. So there you go. Then back to the center. I will zoom in on the center one in a minute, okay? I just want to just do it like this. So just make it a little bit more simple. And then zoom out one more time just so you can see. Sorry. I'm trying to like not touch any of the other points right now. Just so you get an idea. Then we zoom out one more time. Then back to center. Just to make it a little bit easier. And then the next board. Just like that. And then back to our beginning. There. And then that covers all of your Paragon points. So make sure I put my gear back on. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to go and show you a little bit of how the combat looks. Just so you have an idea. I know whenever we were playing this build on stream and stuff, some people are getting a little bit confused on what build it was. Just because of the fact that I am using Upheaval as one of my skills. But keep in mind, it's not the Upheaval build. That is just one of the skills that we use for this build. So we're not going to go into a dungeon, but just to give you an idea, this build handles tier 70s, tier 80s pretty decently. So as you can see, it pretty much annihilates everything. Like, rather simple, right? So you always want to generate your Fury. And then hit, right? So a lot of people also ask me about the chain skill. So the chain attack that I have is your Iron Maelstrom. So when you hit it 2 times, it launches out this like chain that like swings around. So that's pretty much how this build works. And, you know, it's pretty fun. So it's not complicated, really, for the most part. Again, obviously, like, because my build is centered around the Ubers, it's a little bit more powerful than if you had your normal gear. But I would assume at this point, with everybody farming Duriels this season, most of you would probably have these Ubers by now. And if you don't, it's not a super big deal. Obviously, you'll have to fluctuate and change out some things to cater into the fact that you don't have the Uber. But there. So this pretty much shows you the combat and what to expect with it and how the skills look and what it does. So once you already have your generate your Fury, make sure, you know, one-shot everything. Hit. pretty simple, you know? So I just wanted to make sure I got rid of that guy. Yeah, so that is your walking arsenal build. Definitely let me know in the comment sections what you guys think of the build and if you guys are enjoying it. And until then, get excited, get hyped, and I will see you guys soon. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel and get hyped for the next build. Bye!